going on, everybody? The Halloween season is upon us. We thought, what better way to get everyone excited for the season, including us, than to take you along on some paranormal investigations.
Yeah, we're really excited. Paranormal investigating is something that we have a huge passion for. We've been doing it for many years. It's actually how we even met. So it's really exciting for us to be able to show you guys and bring you along with us. And today we're going to be taking you to Anawan Rock in Rehoboth, Massachusetts.
Doing your research is one of the first and most important steps of any paranormal investigation. So we headed to the Cumberland Library to read up on the King Philip's War. This war between English colonists and the Wampanoag Native American tribe raged on from 1675 to 1678, making it one of the deadliest battles in regards to its population. Today, we hope to communicate with the spirits long gone at the location that ended the King Philip's War.
Anawan Rock has always fascinated me. We used to come here all the time when I was younger. We used to walk around and explore. And more I learned about the history and then also the hauntings that happened here. So this is actually the location where Chief Anawan was captured, ending the King Philip's War. There's a long history here, a lot of residual energy. This is where they had made their camps. And you know, they had basically lived here. They used this rock for protection. They would hide out over here on this side, so it was a good cover for them. There's a lot of rich history in this rock, and you can really feel it when you're here. And I think that has a lot to do with the hauntings that happen still to this day here. So to go over a couple of the claims that happen here, paranormal claims at the rock, one of the more popular ones is that people say that they see a phantom fire here on top of this rock. It's been reported by neighbors, people passing by on Route 44. I mean, of course, you always have the option that it could be children up here, you know, teenagers partying. But on a couple occasions, neighbors have said that they've come into the woods to check it out, and that once they got up here, the fire disappeared. They've also reported smelling smoke coming from this rock in this area, so it's definitely something to think about. Another claim that happened here was a man was walking in the woods. He was by himself. He heard in his ear, very loud and clear, it was a man's voice that said, "Ayatash, Ayatash." He went home, he researched it. He actually found out that that stood for, I think it was either stand and fight or stand up and fight, from Wampanoag language. So that definitely is relevant with what happened here. This was, you know, part of their hideout. This is where they were, you know, using the rock for protection. And this is also where Chief Anawan was captured. So it would make sense if that they had come on top of them, they might have been yelling that out, Ayatash. So it's definitely, I think, something to think about, and it gives some validation to this rock that there are some paranormal claims here as well. Just on a fun little note too, we are also here on Friday the 13th, and it is a full moon and it's the harvest moon. So the energy is supposed to be very strong on a day like today. So I'm very curious to see if that helps us communicate with the spirits and see if we can get anything.
To start this investigation, we used our Ovilus 3 in the REM pod.
The Ovilus works by taking readings from the environment, temperature, and EMF, and converts them into words. This piece of equipment can be very accurate for real-time communication. The REM pod works by radiating its own electromagnetic field. The REM pod can then detect anything moving in or out of its field. It will signal with lights and noise when it detects any change of EMF. Spirits are said to give off electromagnetic energy.
Hide.
Hide. Did you have to hide when you were attacked at this rock?
My hand is shaking all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah. Almost like I can't even hold it. Look at me.
Oh my God.
No exaggeration. Look at that.
It wasn't until a few hours later that we recognized the significance of the Ovilus saying hide and my hand shaking. It's possible I was feeling residual energy of what the Wampanoag tribe members felt on the day they were ambushed.
Is this one of the tribe members of the Wampanoag? Jesus? Wow, that's pretty freaky, actually.
Soldiers. It just said soldiers.
That's amazing.
Wow.
The next piece of equipment that we used is the SB7 Spirit Box.
The Spirit Box was created for the purpose of capturing real-time communication from spirits. It uses a forward or backwards frequency sweeper, and it has a white noise frequency in the background. The spirits are said to be able to come through the frequencies and speak words in real time.
Shortly after getting the voice on the SB7 spirit box saying what sounds like the word river, we received 2 more messages pertaining to water, when beach and wave appeared on the obelisk. What messages are the spirits trying to communicate to us in regards to water? The last question we asked with the spirit box atop Anawan Rock provided us with a chilling response.
Is this your land?
The digital voice recorder is used to collect EVPs. EVP stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon. It is said that spirits speak at such a low-level tone we may not be able to hear them with the human ear. The voice recorder picks up the spirit's low tone, and the listener can hear them upon playback. We asked a few questions, but it wasn't until playback when we heard what we believed to be a woman. We can't quite make out what the voice is saying, but you can hear her trying to communicate.
EVP session. Friday the 13th. Anawan Rock. Okay, so our camera just froze. I'm actually recording this on my cell phone right now. The camera won't come off and record. It's not recording anything. The camera won't even shut off.
When I try to turn it off, it doesn't do anything. It's just frozen. Now, we've had this camera for over 1.5 years. We've never had this happen. It has a full battery charge, as you can see, and this camera never malfunctions.
Not only that, but what did the obelisk just say before this happened? Electric.
It did. Oh my God. And that is a very common paranormal claim, is that they will, you'll have problems with your cameras, with, your equipment. And as you can see.
That's unbelievable. We're going to have to pull the batteries.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that because.
Try hitting the button off again.
It's the power button. Absolutely nothing. And it says record, but it's not recording because it's not counting down.
Wow.
And it's completely frozen. But it's weird because the screen's not frozen. It's still showing everything that I'm moving it around to. It's just not.
That is strange.
Yeah, even when I change the settings, nothing.
Wow. All right, pull the batteries.
We absolutely just smelled sage so strong as if it was burning. I wish I could tell you it was as if somebody was holding it right next to us, burning it.
Now we have sage, but we're not burning any. Sage is in here. I can't smell it.
No, it is like, I know the smell of burning sage. It's as if somebody lit a sage stick right next to us.
Yep.
And it keeps coming over me and hitting me, and then it disappears. And then it comes back, and then it disappears.
Dowsing rods made of copper were created and used to detect water sources and springs which give off energy. The rods would detect the energy source and point in the direction of the energy. Since spirits are made of energy, it is believed that they are also able to manipulate these rods for communication.
The way that I like to use the dowsing rods is I like to ask them to cross for yes. Which they're already crossing on their own. And go straight. And for no, either do nothing or go in the opposite direction. Exactly like that.
Wow.
As you can see, I'm holding these very sturdy. I'm not moving my hands, so I'm not manipulating these in any way. Can you go straight, please? Can you please go straight? Thank you. Are there spirits here with us today that are trying to communicate with us? Cross for yes. Slow, but they're crossing. There we go.
Obelisk just said spring.
Can you straighten out, please? Thank you. Can you point where Chief Anawan was captured? Can you please point where Chief Anawan was captured?
Wow.
It's right over here? Okay. Good job.
Thank you.
feel these are very charged with energy.
Are they?
Where did you set up your camp? In which part of the woods? Can you point for me?
They're pointing to the bottom of the rock.
That's where it would have been. It was over here behind the rock. They used the rock for cover. It was like their protection. Defense, you know?
Yeah, they were taking cover behind it from the enemy fire.
Thank you.
Solo.
Solo. Can you point to me, please? Can you point to me? Can you please point to me? Point to me, please.
Wow, it's incredible.
Thank you.
Wow.
Can you go straight, please? Straight now? Please go straight.
Do you hear that drum sound right behind us?
I do.
This sounds like,
Drums.
what do they call them? Like war bongos or something?
I don't know.
That's incredible.
I hear them. It's weird. It sounds like they're like in a faint distance.
You can hear the traffic from the highway, but we literally just heard bongos or drums or something coming from this direction of the woods. That is absolutely incredible.
So Vinny is lighting sage right now. We use sage to cleanse ourselves whenever we leave a paranormal investigation. Sometimes spirits can tend to cling on or try to follow you, and sage is a very good cleanser, and we definitely feel like it's good to use for protection.
Upon further research, we discovered that Native American tribes preferred to set up camp near water sources for better protection and easier escape in the event they were attacked.
Chief Anawan took comfort in the protection of this rock and chose it over perhaps a far better location that would have offered water as an escape route.
We have to wonder if all of the messages we received regarding water were Chief Anawan's way of expressing his regret for picking camp at this fateful location that would ultimately end his life.